mobility like.
Yeah, but before we move on to further implications of the map and your findings in general, I would also like to know what your personal motivation was for conducting the study. As you maybe know, I've also worked in research in the past, and so for me it's always also interesting to know or to learn more about the person behind the study. Why exactly did you choose this topic? Do you have any personal connections to this?
Yeah, so my motivation is personal and also political. So first of all, I was always fascinated by trains and the freedom they represent. I thought it was always great to just hop on a train. It can be relatively cheap but very fast in theory everywhere you want. And also the engineering behind that. But yeah, beyond that, when I was a student, I interned at the European Parliament, and yeah, I assisted an MEP, a member of the European Parliament, and I assisted her in transport-related topics, and I could see the power of policy, and the power of policy that can over infrastructure and the influence they can have on infrastructure and transport network in Europe. So this was really interesting for me. You asked me also about why I choose this topic. I chose this topic because it sounds a little bit cheesy, but I believe in a Europe where borders are just lines on a map and not barriers to movement. So when we look at the map, you can see that borders are still a huge barrier to infrastructure. And I think that should not be the case. So if you have Germany, for instance, I know there are issues, but in general, this is a very extensive and very nationwide network, and you don't feel it that you travel to another state, for example, that this should be the case for Europe, in my opinion. I mean, legally we have that. We can move wherever you want inside Europe, so we should also enable that with the infrastructure. So, yeah.